Let's get it, boys!
What's up, guys? Here to tell you about one of the craziest stories. Jiu-Jitsu versus football players in a street fight. So let's go back to the year of 2004, maybe 2005. I used to be a concert promoter, and one of my favorite bands from Hawaii called Pepper was playing. So I invited about 10 of my friends out. We're having a great time, you know, a couple drinks, hanging out. By the time the show was over, I don't know, say midnight or so, went across next door. This was at the engine room, and there used to be a bar called the Jet Lounge, so we went there. It was me, crazy Tim Crater. I was a purple belt at the time, he was a brown belt at the time. We both had MMA fights already. And Andrew Saul was probably a blue belt, been a black belt for a long time now. And Scott Schmiggins, Webster, rest in peace, like friends of mine from New Mexico, and then a bunch of other guys from the gym. AJ, definitely, Anthony was there. So anyways, we went across the street, having some drinks, just us, probably like 6 guys, 8 guys, I don't know, minding our own business. And this little bar, Jet Lounge, some female from another group comes and sits by us. And we didn't throw her out. She wanted to see what we're up to, not with the guys that she was with or whatever. And of course, one of those dudes came over, starting to get a little loud and this and that. And we're like, yo, you know, talk to your girl. She just walked over here. So him and Tim Crater started arguing. And I was like, you don't want to fuck with Tim, man. They called him Crazy Tim for a reason. A lot of you guys that know Tim Crater now didn't know the Crazy Tim version. And he wasn't the type of guy that you'd want to buck up to. So anyways, these guys were big, and him, come on, man. Like, you better not, you know, whatever. So the bouncer or whatever said, you guys take it outside, go outside. It was already like closing time anyway, so we went out there. And Tim hit him like a 5-punch combination, jab, cross, uppercut, hook, cross, like da-da-da-da-da, like just clinic. And then some big fat dude pops him from the side. So I crack him, 1-2, I double him. Somehow I managed to scoop up this big dude, slammed him, took him out, like pure jiu-jitsu. The guy's like body locking me from underneath, holding me like a body lock or bear hug from bottom mount. And I frame his face and elbow him, boom. He's just like, stop, please, please. And I'm like, okay, motherfucker, you guys shouldn't start fights. You don't know what the fuck you're doing. He's like, okay, all right, I'm gonna let you up. And then right then, boom, I get kicked one of his buddies on the ground. So that's when all hell broke loose. You know, it was just me and this guy and Tim and his dude, and we pretty much handled those guys real fast. And then it's like, all you guys are gonna go down now. At that point, all the jiu-jitsu guys jumped on these dudes, and guys were getting choked out on the streets. It was a big mess. Everyone got fucked up pretty bad. So we wrecked those guys. We go back to the ninja room, where it's like, we're thinking we're like 1990s Carlson Gracie team, jiu-jitsu, jiu-jitsu. Right, all hyped up, jump behind the bars, start passing beers out at the engine room. And you know, we wrecked those guys, but one of us got a detached retina, or a cracked orbital, because he got kicked. I got kicked across the side of my face. Both my knees are scuffed to shit from being in mount. Even when you win the fight, you're gonna walk away with some marks for sure. So people always say, oh, jiu-jitsu is not good for a street fight. It is if it's fair, and it's never fair. As I just showed you, I showed this guy mercy, and one of his friends kicks me in the face. And luckily it wasn't that good of a kick, because it could have knocked me out, or I could have got stabbed or something. So we all started the fight standing, finished these guys on the ground. Learn everything. Learn how to strike, learn how to do jiu-jitsu, learn judo and wrestling. That's a huge thing for street fights. It turns out these guys were from University of Houston football team. Man, you guys want a rematch? We'll fuck you up again, all right? It's a long time ago. It was a blast. They had no idea who they were talking to. Not that we were like some famous people or anything, but we definitely had a lot more training than they ever could. And you just never know who you're messing with, right? So always be humble. Know that a street fight is hardly ever going to be fair. You can get shot, stabbed, or kicked in the face, but it was Revolution Dojo 1, U of H football players 0. All right, if you got some street fight stories, man, I'd love to hear about them. I don't recommend getting in street fights, but if you got one, drop it in the comment, man. I'd love to hear it. All right, that was again Jeff Messina Revolution Dojo. Follow me for more content. Tell you stories, tell you stuff about the music industry soon, about all kind of stuff. All right, peace.
Let's get it, boys!